So when I was 11 years old, I had the strangest Cinco de Mayo I've ever had. I woke up, it was a Sunday morning, and I was excited to go to this festival that was held, it was a street festival in Oak Park, Illinois, which is where I grew up, called May Days. That's no longer a festival. And the festival consisted of like a big slide you went down on a burlap sack, and like a bouncy house, and like a lot of corn vendors, and eventually gang violence that shut down. And I was excited. I was 11. I was going with my friends. I mean, I don't know if I'd ever done anything. Like, I mean, I'm sure I had, but I was excited to go out with my friends and do this thing alone. And I was called in by my parents for a family meeting, me and my sister. And I'd never had a family meeting before, nor had we ever had a family meeting again. It was the only family meeting I had. And everything was off. Everything didn't make sense. So we come into the living room, which in retrospect is kind of a sterile environment, maybe just after this. And me and my sister both kind of sat awkwardly, and my father laid on the couch, which seemed like a strange move. And my mom kind of sat tensely, and my dad read from a sheet. He read from a script. And he went on to tell us, he went on this little spiel that, you know, I've always loved you guys very much, I support you in all your endeavors, etc., etc. I'm coming out as transgender. For those of you who don't know what transgender is, which an 11-year-old boy doesn't, it's a man stuck in a woman's body, or a woman stuck in a man's body, which is the case in the letter, which is a bombshell when you're 11 years old. I mean, getting cable was a bombshell. So this is like, you know, and he was going to go on and live the rest of his life as a woman. And my parents were going to separate after a long time. They've been together. And everyone was really upset. I was just kind of confused. I didn't know where to go with it. So things went on. We went on par for the course, you know, moved out, and went on to become a woman, physically, emotionally, legally, named everything, and moved around the country a lot, and eventually settled out in San Francisco, which is like, I'm good. No offense to San Francisco, you can say. Just sounds a little trite. And this was a strange time for this to happen, because you're 11 years old, and you're going into puberty. I'm going into puberty at 11, I don't know, maybe it's the wrong age, and you're, at least I'm just thinking eyes, I was trying to, you know, become a man, figure out what that meant, and it turned out that regardless of whether or not they all knew it, I had grown up in a house of women, and this strong father figure that I feel like an 11-year-old needs. And I think I went on to build myself a father figure out of television. And maybe movies and maybe books, but I didn't really actually read any of those books. I said I did, so it was television. And like this whole transgender thing, it was I couldn't fathom it being a real thing. Transgender was Homer Simpson in a sundress and a hat. You know, that was transgender. So this is like, let's let television take this and twist it around for me. So my dad was Tim Allen from Home Improvement, and you know, like all of these other Sandy Cohen from the OC. I'm gonna go there. And you know, maybe Atticus Finch from, you know, Kill Doctors, they could catch him off. But I didn't really read it as Wikipedia. So this is who my father was. And it was like if I had problems with girls, I'd watch Tom Hanks movies and George Clooney movies and figured out on that. And that's kind of who my dad was growing up, and even now a little bit. And now I have this kind of, I have two parents, and one of them is my mother, and one of them is not. And it's not my father, and that's okay. You know, I don't withhold animosity on this, because there's no reason to, I think. It's just a different situation, and it's definitely the kind of thing that has made me into me, because without having this sense of humor about it, I mean, that's the key. I developed a sense of humor because of it, because I don't have the ability to walk into a conversation where like, yeah, my dad took me fishing. And you're like, yeah, my dad has a vagina. I don't really have